Ken Jennings has found himself in a tight spot on Wednesday's Jeopardy episode. Ed Coulson, who revealed he sent the host his clearly unopened new book, won out against Patrick Hume and Jeopardy's first ever openly transgender contestant, Kate Freeman. During his interview with Ken, 49, during the Champions wildcard match, Ed dropped the bombshell that he released a book after his initial 2022 two-win run. "No way," Ken said. "Yeah," Ed responded. "And we sent you a copy." Ken was seemingly caught off guard and hinted that he hadn't perused the book. He nervously replied, "Congratulations." Ken, who has authored several books, comically adjusted his collar and promised to take a look, drawing laughter from the audience. "Obviously I've read it, but remind us what your book is about," Ken quipped. Ed advertised, "It's about the probably apocryphal meeting of the Chinese Imperial Navy with natives of Mexico in the 15th century. And there's a mystery set inside." Ken, playing along, assured him, I read so many mystery novels about that admittedly niche topic, but yours stood out." Congratulations. As the scores were neck and neck going into Final Jeopardy, with Ed at $14,600, Kate at $9,000, and Patrick, who hilariously said no to a "be more specific," at $10,200. The Final Jeopardy clue under famous names read, subject of a 2003 film, his 1947 obituary said he fathered at least 100 and died of a heart attack at 14, at a California ranch. Both Ed and Patrick correctly answered Seabiscuit, but Ed's additional $5,801 boosted him to victory, securing his spot in the semifinals with a total of $20,401. Meanwhile, Kate made history in 2020 as Jeopardy's pioneering transgender contestant, preceding the iconic 40-time streak of Amy Schneider. "I spent a lot of time learning about and reflecting on my gender identity in grad school, coming out as transgender and lesbian a few months before graduating," she told Michigan news site MLive. "I'm proud to be out and I know representation is important." Champions wildcard features past players from Season 37 or Season 38 getting a second shot at glory. As Season 40 faced retools due to Hollywood strikes, Jeopardy has relied on placeholder programming, dividing fans who want new contestants and new questions back. Jeopardy enthusiasts have expressed mixed feelings about the prolonged tournament, which began in September, on social media. One fan wrote on Instagram, "Can't be the only one that thinks it's ridiculous we are getting all these tournaments just to be followed by a tournament of champions." Another commented, "Can we get back to regular Jeopardy now?" And a third questioned, "When do the regular games return?" The tournament fatigue was evident, with one fan exclaiming, "The tournament is still going?" A fourth wrote on X, "Enough of the Jeopardy wild card shows. I am done. Whoever thought this up should be fired. Zero excitement. #Jeopardy." A fifth wrote, "Agreed, but they had to do something to fill up the time with the writers/actors strike, just saying." A sixth argued, "It feels like they brought back every surviving contestant, adding it's been going on forever." Tournament of Champions approaches. Thankfully the wait is almost over, as the eagerly awaited 2023 Tournament of Champions season will finally kick off on December 19th. After two precursor events, the actual Tournament of Champions will likely air in February, and be bigger than any year prior. All of the three-time champions from Season 39 have received invitations to the annual tournament via their local news stations. The lineup will now include the infamous Yogesh Raut, fan favorites Ben Chan, Hannah Wilson, and Celebrity Jeopardy winner Ike Barinholtz is also set to compete. 27 overall slots, for more going to the winners of the now-airing Season 37/Season 38 wildcard, would make the Season 39 talk the largest contestant field ever. Ken Jennings, the beloved host of Jeopardy, has long been seen as the face of the show, carrying on the legacy of the late Alex Trebek with a sense of humor, warmth, and intelligence that has endeared him to fans across the globe. However, a recent controversy has placed Jennings in an unexpected and unwelcome spotlight, as accusations of dishonesty have surfaced, involving none other than Kate Freeman, the first openly transgender contestant to win on the show. The drama began innocently enough, with Jeopardy announcing a special Champions Return week, where past winners were invited back to compete once again. Fans were thrilled to see some of their favorite contestants from recent years return to the iconic stage, and among them was Kate Freeman, whose historic win in 2020 had marked a significant moment in the show's history. Freeman's return to Jeopardy was highly anticipated, not only because of her previous success but also because of the barriers she had broken down during her first appearance. The fanfare was huge, and social media buzzed with excitement in the days leading up to the episode. But as the show aired, something seemed off. Keen-eyed viewers noticed discrepancies between what Jennings said during the episode and what was later revealed through various sources, sparking a controversy that would quickly spiral out of control. It all started during the contestant introductions, a moment typically filled with light banter and personal anecdotes. Jennings greeted Freeman with his usual charm, saying, "Kate, it's great to have you back. You made history last time you were here, and I remember we talked about how much that win meant to you and your community." The line was delivered smoothly, but it was what Jennings said next that raised eyebrows. "I recall you telling me backstage just before your big win that you were nervous but excited to represent such an important moment on this stage." The comment, while seemingly innocuous, didn't sit right with some viewers. Social media was soon ablaze with fans pointing out that Freeman's original win had occurred in 2020, during the guest hosting era, before Jennings was a permanent host. Jennings had not been the host at the time. In fact, he wasn't even on the hosting roster for that episode. How could Jennings remember a conversation with Freeman backstage when he hadn't even been there? As the episode continued, the sense of unease grew. Freeman performed admirably, showcasing the same sharp wit and intelligence that had earned her the win years earlier. But the moment Jennings referred to their supposed backstage conversation, the narrative around the episode shifted from one of celebration to suspicion. It didn't take long for fans to start digging, and the truth came out quickly. Freeman herself took to social media to clear the air. In a carefully worded tweet, she stated, "Just to clarify, I never had a conversation with Ken Jennings before my first win on Jeopardy! He's been a wonderful host and supporter, but we didn't meet until after my original appearance." The revelation hit the fanbase like a bombshell. How could Jennings, known for his integrity and deep connection to the show, make such an error? Was it a simple mistake, or was there something more nefarious at play?